Hello, my name is Peter, and today I thought I'd just do a quick update on some of my palm trees. So you might remember I made a video of overwintering some of my palms back in, I think it was December. I'll put a link to that video. But what I did is I brought in a few of them, especially the less hardy ones like the Washingtonia robusta. This one here, which has been outside since. It was outside all of January. We did get some frost in January, but not. It wasn't too bad. I think it got down to -2 and 3 for a few nights, and so I just covered it with some frost cloth. But it has been pushing out some new growth, I've noticed. This Washingtonia robusta, all of the separate crowns are pushing out leaves here, so it definitely seems to be doing okay at the moment. Underneath we have some Trachycarpus palms. These are Trachycarpus fortunei, just below it, and these are very hardy palms anyway, so these have been outside and I left them out even in the December freeze. I didn't even bring them in. Next to it we have the Chamaerops humilis, or Mediterranean fan palm. Again, another very hardy palm. It's been outside the whole time. It's pushing out new growth. It's nice and firm. It's also got, looks like, some little suckers or pups starting to form at the side. These do grow into a clump eventually, so that'll be probably keep this in a large container on the patio for the time being. Over here we have the Phoenix canariensis, or Canary Island date palms, and these are also I did bring them in during the coldest weather in December, and they have been outside all since then. In January they were just covered with a layer of fleece for a few days, but they are also starting to push out new growth. But the spear feels firm. It's not coming out when I'm pulling it. Don't want to pull it too hard, of course, but I'm pretty sure these will be fine. Of course, we're not out of winter yet. We still have potential for more cold weather. So just keep an eye on the forecast. Nothing in the forecast for the next 10 days that'll be anything near threatening to these. I think the lowest we've got is 1 degree, so should be absolutely fine. Now it's not a palm, but I thought I'd also show the Cordylines. This is the red star, a red type of Cordyline. Not as hardy as the regular Cordyline australis, but it's been absolutely fine. I did bring this one inside during the December freeze, as I didn't want to risk it with it being such a small plant anyway. It's just easy to bring it in, but it has been outside since then and it's been okay. And then this is the regular Cordyline australis, which is looking absolutely fine. I have noticed quite a lot of people grow Cordylines around here in the gardens and that, and I've noticed it's kind of been hit and miss whether they've survived fully intact or not. So in some gardens I've noticed some have collapsed, but other people's have managed to survive. I guess it just depends on where they've been planted. If they're in a south facing or nearer to the buildings, got more chance of surviving. But I've seen a few small ones that have been planted that have all collapsed, not too far away from me. I might do a video of some of them in the future. But yeah, it's definitely been quite a cold December. But then again, it hasn't been too bad since then. Of course, we're still, as I said, we're still in February, so there's still chance of some very cold weather potentially. but it doesn't usually last as long, and doesn't get quite as cold in February if we do get a freeze. It tends to be only just below 0 degrees Celsius. I thought I'd also show these Bottlebrush and Loquats on here as well. It's a quick update on them. So the Bottlebrush did bring in during the cold weather in December, and has been out since, but I think having it inside for that couple of weeks did encourage it to start to push new growth. There could even be flower buds there actually. Not 100% sure, but it might be flower buds as well as leaf buds starting to form down the stem. Interestingly enough, I also got my parents the exact same Bottlebrush plant as a gift. They had theirs in the shed during the December freeze, and every single leaf on it has gone brown, and the stems don't look healthy, so I'm not sure if that's going to make it. So it does get quite cold in their garden. It's a north facing garden, I guess it's about northeast facing, because mine is southwest facing, so it does stay a little bit warmer in winter in here in my garden. The Loquats here are also starting to push. I noticed this has been swelling over the last week or two, and this is the seed grown Loquat that I got from Jurassic Plants last year. Grew quite a lot last year. It started off probably about the size of this one here, and then I also got this Mrs. Cookson variety, a grafted Loquat. Got this a couple of months ago, and this is just starting to push out as well. Yeah, it needs repotting, this Mrs. Cookson Loquat. Also the stem is growing at a bit of an angle. It came like that, so I'm not sure I'm going to be able to straighten it up. If I tie it to a stake, I might be able to slowly over time put it a little, straighten it up a little bit over time. Don't want to damage the graft union. Interestingly enough, the seed grown Loquat has a couple of leaves which look like they might not be, could be cold damage, but I'm not sure if it's just maybe some other reason, like yeah, I just noticed that the last 2 or 3 leaves at the bottom have started to go brown like this, so I'm not sure if that's some kind of cold damage or if the leaves are just getting old and ready to drop off. But yeah, the rest, the newer growth on top looks okay. And I thought I'd just show these as well. These are the young seedling Loquats, which I got fairly recently, also from Jurassic Plants. And these have been pushing out new growth, or trying to. This one looks like it's been damaged, and this one here looks quite healthy, has been growing the last week or 2. This is the Chilean Guava Flambeau, sort of variegated Chilean Guava, and yeah, so this was outside during most of the freeze. As you can see, it looks like it got quite badly damaged at the tips. Did bring it in eventually, and it has been outside since all of January. It's been out. So some of these leaves look okay, and I think it should make it. But it definitely needs a repot in the next couple of months. So I thought I'd just do a quick update to show you how some of the plants have been doing since the cold weather we had on the patio. So yeah, most of them are not looking too bad now. So yeah, thank you all for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe and hit the notification bell so you can be notified when I release new videos, and I'll see you in the next one.